Hola, bienvenidos a la clase de Español 2 con señora Kalogeros. Hi everyone, I'm Kristen Kalogeros. I am your child's Spanish 2 teacher for this year. And this year is going to be a little different for both myself and the students as I am currently participating in inverted home learning, which means that for the safety of my family, I will be working from home. But I have a fantastic sub who is in the room with them every day to deal with their immediate physical needs. And I will be broadcasted into the room through Google Meet. So they can, express any questions or concerns through the Google Meet chat. I also have GoGuardian open at times. Not really so much to monitor the screens, but because it does have a chat option there, so that way if they want to leave a private comment or ask a private question, they can do so to reach me. And there's always the option of them joining in on the meet, which is usually how I take attendance, and they can always unmute themselves if they need to ask a question or if they have any concerns. And I would just say for myself and the students, it's obviously a new experience. It's definitely been a learning process. Every now and then there are some technical difficulties as far as, presenting audio to the class or being able to hear each other, or something happens with the meet or someone gets kicked off. Chromebooks can sometimes start to lag. But for the most part, these issues have been resolved at this point, and students are just, blowing me away with how incredibly cooperative and understanding and kind they are with this new way of learning. And they're great about letting me know when something isn't working and if they need assistance. So for Spanish 2 thus far this year, we've kind of just been doing a refresher as far as Spanish 1, because I know with Spanish 1, the in-person experience cut short last year, and I know a number of students probably need a review of those basic topics. And we've been doing some listening activities, some reading, some interpretive, some writing, some speaking, recording ourselves on Flipgrid, just to see where students are as far as their proficiency. Like, are they novice? Are they intermediate? The majority right now, probably in the higher level of novice, which I'll talk about that in a moment as far as the rubrics that you'll see attached to this page. But it's just been basic stuff like being able to say your name, who you live with, when is your birthday, being able to talk about what you do on a daily basis, being able to talk about where you go to do certain activities, and revisiting those question words, who, what, when, where, why, how, and being able to answer questions, being able to ask them. And as we move forward, we'll be looking at topics such as, food and stores and travel as well. And just vocabulary that's relevant to those topics, and also getting into family life as needed to be able to talk about, what do you do at home? Who do you live with? What is your family like? And really kind of transitioning from being able to talk about oneself to also being able to describe others and what they do. So building upon that foundation of Spanish 1 in which they could talk about themselves and ask someone about themselves. So as we move forward throughout the year, students, are encouraged to contact me whenever they need help. If there's something that's not clicking for them or that they're struggling with, they can always email me, and I'm more than happy to do a one-on-one Google Meet or a small group Google Meet if they need the extra assistance. It's just a matter of emailing me to let me know when they are available. My schedule is pretty open in the afternoon, so that's usually what works best for me. And as far as what you see on this page, you'll see a few things as far as like the welcome back slides. With the welcome back slides, you will see them, what they saw on the first in-person class day, as they saw, the expectations and procedures. Obviously, safety is our top priority there, and just making sure that they follow the guidelines of social distancing and wearing their masks in class. And knowing that I do expect them to have a Chromebook, a notebook, something to write with, and possibly like earbuds or headphones with a mic in case we record or listen to something in class. That is beneficial for them to have that last item on their materials. And we talked about in-person, hybrid learning versus what would be different if we went back to full distance. They also saw a slideshow as far as the use of an online translator and why we should avoid doing that, and how to work around saying or trying to come up with a word that maybe we don't know how to say in Spanish just yet. The other materials you'll see are rubrics. So these are called Apple rubrics, and they basically tell you what level your student is performing at, whether it's novice, intermediate, advanced, etc. And there's different levels within the level of proficiency. So novice, you might see N1, N2, N3, N4. And most of these kids are probably starting off around like N3, N4, and we're trying to bump them up a few levels throughout the year if possible. And what you'll see on the left-hand side is you'll see indicators of why or what level they're at and why they're there, like what are they producing. And then you'll see also how to move them up to the next level. So you'll see that for reading, listening, so interpretive, interpersonal, which is speaking, and presentational, which usually is writing at this point. Again, any questions or concerns, do not hesitate to reach out for me, and thank you for coming to this virtual tour of my classroom. Gracias. Adios.